Charlotte, North Carolina. That's where I spend all my days. Charlotte born. Welcome to the huddle. I was born in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's where I spent all my days. I'm Charlotte born. Each one reach one. Each one teach one. We all we got. We all we need. Keisha Johns, welcome to the huddle, sister. You add value. We know that your attention is the most powerful thing that you can pay. So I give my all to be worthy in the moment or on the replay. Man, tonight I just want to start off with a question. Why? Why? Simply why? If you don't know why, ask why. You don't know why. What is your reason? A man or a woman is as real as their reason. Coming out of the Power of Perspective, 5th chapter, lesson Life and Logic. There's two main courses that education is built on in the public school system: language, arts, and mathematics. No matter what situation life presents, there must be communication along the process. There must be procedure in order. That's what mathematics is, to see the equations and the orders of operations to calculate the outcome. It's foundational why. It's a powerful question I've been asking myself and been being reminded all week. A man as real as his reason. Nothing gives a man more of a reason than a woman. Now, I'm not saying she's the absolute source of a reason. I'm saying there's something in a man called confidence, self-esteem, pride, the ability to understand he have a value. When a man understands that, that's the first deal. You got to know who you is. That's what the training is about. But once you get that, that has to have a landing zone. Nothing becomes more powerful landing zone, a divine destination, than a woman for a man. And if a man or a young man has yet to get to life to where he has a woman or a landing zone, that woman is his mother. The first woman that gives him value, gives him love, nurtures him to have compassion. You know, a mother's love. So there's a power. We hear these sacred type of words when we talk about a Mason, a mama and a son. Every morning, the sun rises out of the womb of darkness, the crest of the moon, the night. She gives birth to her son so that he may shine bright. It's a power. I'm learning as I go. I have a teenage son. Talking real life, ain't talking make-believe. There's a real spiritual, divine connection between a mama and a son. Like I tell my children, this is the first time I'm being a teenager's daddy. This is their first time being a teenager. We got to understand this together and move through life and learn. Ever since the children been born, they've been teaching me. Your attention is the most powerful thing you can pay. As a parent, there's nothing we pay more attention to than our children. So I'm watching my wife and my teenage son and the nature in me tries to correct, attempts to correct. That's where camaraderie come in. That's where communication come in. You can call your brother. You can call your daddy. You can call your friend. Talk about a situation you're in. It's going to boil down to the reason. It's going to boil down to the reason. And let me tell you this about that reason. When I say it's that woman. See, there's a power in womanhood. I ain't just saying any woman got to be the reason or can be the reason. She can be. She's supposed to be. But she got to understand that. See, when she become a landing zone for a son, do you understand what I'm saying? When a woman understands that she is worthy of being the landing zone of a son, everything that a son has to give, I'm talking about the extent at the end of the sun rays, it lands on earth and causes something to grow. Got to have a landing zone. It's a whole nother chapter about building a young man or being a man to have something internal. But when you understand when it's internal and you got it, you got to give it. So when a woman understands this, and this ain't about if they do or don't. This is any woman listening to this. Do you understand this? If you ain't never looked at it like this, then I give my all to be worthy of your attention. But to be worthy and know you worthy of a landing zone. So that's when the power becomes in the reason. Because they say you got to look over and know with and where your help come from. Come from the sun. And you can say that in more ways than one. But it come from the sun. It come from a son. So moving forward, man, this deep, this hit me. Went to a hero training session. I've been chewing on this. What's your reason? Been going through some things, looking at some things. I mean, my children in stages of development. We learning at life speed. We gonna win. And when I talk about my struggles, or you think that I'm implying struggles, I'm just talking about simple, practical things. Well, hey, I can't tell my son, stop acting like a goddamn bitch. Can't talk to him like that. That don't work. It didn't work on me. So I got to go to the huddle. Listen, son. This is what being a father is about. See, there's a verb to things we call ourselves. You got to do something. Just explaining this, man. If you ever been to the hospital and somebody you love was in there and it looked like they was in a dying state, the one thing that's in that hospital is that darn that lifeline, that heartbeat. It's a zig, it's a zag, it's a zig, it's a zag, it's a up, it's a down. Man, I'm balling. That means I hit the ground and I come back up. I ain't flat, I'm full of air. I got spirit in me. If it flatline, it's over. So who has an idea of being a father or a mother or a wife or a child or a daughter or a son? And you ain't came to the huddle. I'm talking real life. So I've been chewing on this. So I go hero train, man, and I get the honor of meeting a mother and her son. Son was 22 years old. Mother wanted to have a meeting. And I ain't going to make the derogatory. I think it was a mother's care for her son, wanting her son to be in the best position that he can provide for himself and give her peace, knowing that the son she gave to the world will have an energy and a source that somebody can depend on. So I'm talking to him. Got to run the play on him. I said, you work? He said, yeah, I work at FedEx. I said, well, what you want to do? He said, I want to be in the trades. I want to learn HVAC. I want to learn electrical. So, man, this seemed like a perfect program. You know, that's what we teach, Brother Crump. We call it maintenance facility because in every aspect of that, you got to understand the foundation, earth, wind, water, and fire. Plumbing, electrical, masonry, and carpentry. So he had an interest. And the mama just cared for her son to say, I don't know what he been through. I don't know if he's experienced the wrong type of angles, but he had a caring mother. They said, I just want to put my son around something real. I said, you got to have a landing zone, brother. Why you want it? And if you get it, what you gonna do with it? I said, you got any kids? He said, no. I said, you got a woman? He said, no. I said, well, it sounds like to me a good enough reason is to stand on your own feet, become everything you can be, to at least give your mama some peace, knowing that her son got something to give to the world and can stand on his own. It was apparent through conversation and affirmation that the daddy or type of male principles in his life ain't been there. That's why the mama was going extra hard. She's a social worker herself. So she going extra hard to not be a piece of the odds, even though she out of order, without a son and being a landing zone. But it filled him up. And like I told him, I don't know if I ever see you again. I hope I do, but if I don't, you already in a position. You work at FedEx. If you want more and be more, you already in a door. Sometimes you got to examine your situation, see what it takes to get in the maintenance department there. Come here, learn enough to be able to be ready for the opportunity when the opportunity knock. But if you already in the game, just play harder. Don't stop. Don't never stand before a man looking for promises and expectations, because his expectations is the seed of disappointment. And don't no man stand before another man and give him the power to disappoint him. Expect nothing. Great givers make great getters. A gift is given with the expectation of nothing in return. This is manhood. So I tell the young man, until you find your own and divine path, man, let your mama be your landing zone. Give her peace. And right when we was having this conversation, man, it's real. There's an 18-year-old Jalen. He's a high schooler. He made up his mind he don't want to go to college. He wants to learn the trades. He wants to learn the foundation of the earth, the wind, the water, and the fire. So he come on his own. And it just blows my mind to see an 18-year-old get out of high school, determination with his own will to learn something and understand tools. So I got to talking to him. Got a posture on him, bright young man. I said, yeah, man. I said, man, you and your daddy pretty cool. He said, yeah. Pop's all right. I said, yeah. I said, what kind of shit he get on you about? He said, whatever my mama tell him to get on me about. He don't really have no issues. He just do whatever my mama say. And we laughed it off. It's just a power of perspective. I'm learning from a child. But he had something in him. The very same things that his daddy was getting on him about because his mama told him to. Had a determination in him. And I felt it. So I asked him, I say, man, where you see yourself in 5 years? He say, in my own crib, hopefully have me a shorty. Hey, man, you know, hey, just living life, man. Money to do what I want to do, man, and feel secure. Make my family proud. I say, if you see it, you are already doing it. Look where you at. Look what you're learning. Look what you're doing. Women, going back to you. Be a landing zone. That ain't weak. Hurt women has raised their daughters with an idea that's out of order. You ain't weak for depending on a man. That's when God love you when you can. I promise you. So just get that out your mind. You ain't weak. Grandma didn't wake up and cook 3 meals because she was weak. Grandmama didn't do all she did because she was weak. Grandmama cooked 3 meals a day and packed a lunch because she know when that man left out that door, he represented the security, the provision, the safety, the guard for her and her children. And she knows she had to give all she had to be confident out of the presence of her man that he was somewhere being strong and everything she knowed him to be. She said, who man that here got him so strong? She said, that's mine. I feed him and I love him. Learn is working with men from an older generation who barely could read, but they knew how to work. They knew how to run a machine. I watched them get papers like they was in the kindergarten. They didn't understand anything about economics. They just went to work, and they gave their wife their check. And they trusted her. She was a landing zone. They had nice houses. Children had everything that you could think. Man, their daddy made good money, but all their daddy knew was, I'm a son. I'm going to do what a son do. I'm going to get up and I'm going to go out there and go to work, and I'm going to get some sources and energies, and I'm going to let it go to where it's supposed to be. And wherever it land, it will strengthen me. See, let me tell you something, man. When you ain't got no sun, you get low on vitamin D. When you ain't got no sun, you get low on vitamin D. When you get low on vitamin D, you become limp. You become down. You look like a flower that's in a slump. The sun makes you ride high. When the sun don't rise, it's cloudy. Shit ain't deep, y'all. Come on, we got to rise like a son and do what a son do. I'm a son and I got a son too. And his mama gave birth to him like my mama gave birth to me. A man as real as his reason. Man, I got to move with integrity. We get so caught up in about the mama and the son. Like I say, I got a daughter. Man, there's something real in this, y'all. This ain't make-believe. This ain't deep. You either a son or a daughter or a mother or a father. I wear it on my chest every day. This for real. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got to show my daughter what to expect. She paying attention. She got to know she a landing zone right now. It worked both ways. It worked both ways. But we got to work it, y'all. Want to give a shout out to my big brother Kurt. I'm gonna bring it in with this one, man. About a man that's as real as his reason. I met my big brother Kurt over 25 years ago at work. And sometimes you meet people in life that stick. Many are called, but few are chosen. Many are called to cross your path and experience you like you experienced them, but only few are chosen to stick, to say that when the credits roll, their names will be bold. Kurt Grimmett, that's my brother. Came to holler at me today. He said, yeah, man, just had to get out, man, kick it a little bit, man, kick the Willie Bobo. I'm down there in the studio, we vibing. He said, yeah, man, but tell him about his wife. He said, but I told my wife I was going to stop here, probably get a little laps in, man. Walking around the pond, you know, how we walk and talk. I ain't have no intentions of walking and talking. But he said, yeah, man, and he showed me the text. Well, that's what he told his wife. And I say, well, man, you done put it on me now. He said, what you mean? I say, I ain't going to let you lie to your wife if that's what you done told her. I guess we got to walk. I ain't going to make you no liar. And we got to walk. And I felt the momentum. I felt the spirit. I felt and I knew that this was something that was necessary. And we got to a point where he said, man, this is a beautiful thing, man. We out here exercising, brother, having a real conversation, man. He said, man, ain't God good? I said, yeah, it is. But most importantly, I want you to understand, you got me out here walking. And the reason is you told your wife we was going to walk. I said, so let's walk, man. And we walked and we talked. And we experienced things that he said, man, ain't nobody going to believe this, is it? I said, boy, you see what I'm saying? When we got back, I told him, I said, call your wife. He was on the phone with her. Say thank you. Gave him a reason to come over here and make me better. Make me exercise, be powerful. Have a conversation with a brother of another that really understands you and know where you come from. Beyond words. Each one reach one, each one teach one. From the outside looking in, you don't know who the teacher or the student. It's all this ecosystem evolving like a oh my God. But I'm thankful that she gave him a reason. A man is powerful as his reason. And some people can hear this and say, well, no, you can't say that because if she the reason and she leaves, then he gonna go crazy. Like I say, too much of anything is bad for the soul. Gotta maintain balance to maintain control. There was a man, he was a good builder. I mean, he wanted to prove he could build anything and everything. But everything he built, he would kind of get halfway through with it, but he would never finish it. Build a house and had a property over there. He was building a house, but everybody always said, man, why you don't ever finish nothing? So somebody asked him. They say, hey, name was Willie. They said, Willie, man, I noticed you be building stuff and it be looking good, man. Everybody know you the truth, Willie, but it seems like you don't never finish nothing. Why you don't never finish anything, Willie? And Willie say, well, a lot of times I start out motivated, and it be my ego wanting to prove that I'm the best builder. But after I done put so much time and effort in proving something to people that don't matter, I realize I ain't really got a reason to be building it in the first place. I just want to show I can build some shit. So Willie was just telling the truth and being honest. He wasn't wrong, he wasn't right. A couple months later went by. Willie met a nice young lady. I mean, he liked her. She gave him a reason, man. You could see the change in him. They had been dating for months and months. And Willie say, man, this the one. I ain't never been around no woman make me feel strong. Make me feel trusted. Say, man, when she looked me in my eyes and I tell her it's going to be okay, boy, it's like I turned a blanket come over her soul and she just believe in me, man. And I ain't never had a reason to go so hard in my life other than knowing now, man, this woman believe in me. She worthy of it all. He got him a landing zone. So then he started to go back and he started to finish the house. So the same man asked him, say, Willie, I see you finishing the house. He said, yeah, now I got a reason. Got somebody to be in here. Got a reason to protect it and make it nice and comfortable. And everything somebody prayed for, I got a landing zone. Now I don't lay the brick on the top layer just to prove I can lay brick. I lay it on the top layer. Because I wanted to be solid from the top down. Protect my baby from the storm. Think I'm going to have a family. So I'm building it now with a purpose and a reason to say when the big bad wolf comes, it can't huff and puff and blow. It's made out of brick. Man, it's as real as his reason. There's a power in a womanhood when you understand that you can activate a man by just being the word of reason and being the landing zone of a son when a sun rises and he do what a son do. For all my days on my mama and daddy's son, I can't never change that. I'm going to wake up and do what a son do. I love y'all. I was born in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's where I spent all my days. I'm Charlotte born, Charlotte raised. I'm Charlotte born, Charlotte raised. Man, y'all go check that out. I just published that Charlotte born, Charlotte raised. If you really a laid back fan, that's a remake from 20 years ago. I did it on the Anthony Hamilton beat. But it was powerful. It was powerful. Where you from? That's culture. We get so caught up in wanting to say where we from, whether we from Africa, whether we from here, whether we from there. Man, damn all that. Let's be real. I'm talking about where you from, where you live. I'm from Charlotte. My cousin's from Winston-Salem, different from me. I'm from Charlotte. New York can't empathize with me. I'm from Charlotte. Where you from? If you can accept that, then you can understand a lot of things about yourself. We'll get so caught up in wanting to be from every goddamn where, but we don't really understand where you're at, where you're from. My big brother Kurt say, man, I moved down here about 30 years ago from Pittsburgh, and he a Pittsburgh man till it's hard. For 25 years, he keep a hat with a P on it for Pittsburgh. He said, boy, I've been here a long time. But I met Charlotte when I met you. Where you from? Who your people is? My granddaddy used to ask when I used to bring a friend, anybody that wasn't of his blood, who your people is. Because if he understood who your people is, he understood where you're from. Damn, even the city, what neighborhood you're from. You can be from cross town and be totally different than somebody 20 minutes away, let alone in Charlotte versus New York or in Charlotte versus Winston-Salem or in Charlotte versus California. Man, where you from? Born and raised. The question be more powerful than the answer. It ain't nobody more Charlotte than me. If he's Charlotte born, Charlotte raised, then he's Charlotte like me. Come on. Grand Rapids, Michigan, born and raised. That's what I'm talking about. Where you from, man? You got to represent that whether you know it or not. You is. But I love y'all. Hold me down until next week.